followed by, yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation, but we seem to lost contact with our affiliate stations. Okay. We do have coming in confirmed reports, I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. May God have mercy on us all. It's Christmas at Ground Zero. There's music in the air. The sleigh bells are ringing and the carolers are singing while the air raid sirens blare. It's Christmas at Ground Zero. The button has been pressed. The radio just let us know that this is not a test. Everywhere the atom bombs are dropping, it's the end of all humanity.
Welcome to Gamepinions episode 33. I'm your host, Calman, and today we are here for a Christmas special, and I am joined by the one, the only, I'm going to get your name right this time, Kim. How are you doing, Kim?
I'm doing great.
Are you ready for Christmas?
Yes.
I am completely unprepared for Christmas this year. It got here so incredibly fast, and we are currently sitting in a Walmart parking lot right now.
It's magical.
It is. And there's a lot of people here. We're going to be sitting here and describing all of the wonderful people that we're seeing here and their shopping antics. We're just kidding. That's actually not what we're going to be doing. But we're going to be talking about some Christmas memories or, maybe some things we want for Christmas, possibly. It's too late to get them now, so we're going to see if we got each other good gifts or not. So,
oh my gosh. I hope so, right?
Yeah, I hope so. So we're recording this on the 23rd, so tomorrow is Christmas Eve. That's probably when this episode will be live. So, I guess I hope that you guys have a great Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrate Christmas, so it's a Christmas special for us, but everyone's involved here. So, so I guess we'll get things started. Kim, do you have any Christmas memories?
Well, I would like to start off by saying that it's Kim. You're halfway
that's
there.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kim. All right, yeah, 50%.
So some of my most fondest Christmas memories are, honestly, I believe the ones that I have gotten video game related material, which is very ironic because I almost never got my video game material on Christmas. It always happened on like my birthday or just randomly, since my family is a video gaming family, they couldn't wait anymore. They just get it as soon as it came out. So it was never planned on Christmas. There was a few things. I remember very vividly when I was like, it's the original Xbox, the Barbie, I think it was the Barbie horse game or whatever, horse adventure game. And I was like, I want that video game. I don't even know how I ended up getting it. I don't remember obtaining the game. I'm pretty sure it was for Christmas because I kept begging. And by the time we went to go check out GameStop, it was gone.
Ooh.
So I'm pretty sure that was the one thing I've got on Christmas was that Barbie's Horse Adventures. I think you can look it up, and I loved it. Okay, there's just not many video games that you could play as like a female main character, and I was okay with that. I didn't really have a problem with that per se, but I was like, oh, it's a girly game. There wasn't a lot of girly games for the Xbox fan base. I mean, we were known for the gore and the mature content, so, but for the other Christmases that I obtained, I think it was like an R2D2 Xbox 360.
That's right, you did. Yeah, ironically, I got an Xbox 360 that year as well, as a gift from my sister. It was kind of a joint gift between me and TJ.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Like it was just great unwrapping it and seeing something like, I could go play this. Like I could instantly go and have some fun with it. And it just, as when you're unwrapping a really nerdy present, there's just nothing better.
Nothing quite like it.
I mean, if you're really dorky on the inside, You don't want a pair of socks. I mean, you don't want clothing. I don't even care if you got it from like a really nice brand. I don't care. If it's something nerdy, my little cheeks are going to be turning red and I'm going to be screaming and yelling like a 3-year-old all over again. What about you, Cal?
Well, first off, I just want to say that socks are actually pretty awesome and very comfortable. So don't be trashing socks on this podcast, because we love socks. This podcast socks. We love socks.
Okay.
We love socks. But no, I mean, besides like, the not so great Christmases of getting like, Lee Carvello's putting challenge, which was not a good Christmas. That's a Simpsons reference in case you didn't.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah. Lee Carvello's putting challenge. I am Carvello. Now choose your club. You have entered Power Drive. But yeah, I've had a lot of video game related Christmases. It kind of started to happen though, I guess, once I got a little bit older. I don't remember any Christmases involving Sega Genesis games.
That's so backwards. Most of the time as a kid, you get the video games first.
I know, yeah.
And then when you become an adult, you get the socks.
Yeah, see, I mainly got, I guess, toys and stuff when I was younger, because it was really not until... I'm not really sure if that's true or not. I don't really remember what age I started really playing games, like, seriously. I know we had a Sega Genesis, and that kind of was just always around. So whatever we wanted to play, I mean, it was kind of what we already had, or what, we kind of borrowed / took from Grandma and Grandpa's house, because they, for some reason, had a Sega Genesis too. No idea why. That was kind of a mystery.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so... I guess the first like really big, this was kind of a negative one, but the first Christmas that I can remember getting a video game for would have been, it was NASCAR Thunder 2003. I was a big NASCAR fan when I was younger, and I loved playing the NASCAR games. And I had another NASCAR game. Like, I'm so mixed up on when I even got these things. But I know that for NASCAR Thunder 2003, I was super pumped up about that game. I remember the trailers had like this like weird, like almost like gladiatorial trailer for NASCAR Thunder. And it was like a really small track. And it was like, it just looked amazing. Obviously, the game didn't look anywhere close to how that trailer looked. But I wouldn't know because I never got a chance to play it. So basically what happened was we only had a PC, and we didn't know about like graphics cards and stuff like that. It was just a normal standard computer with, I'm assuming, an onboard Intel graphics card, which, we both know that kind of sucks. So when they went to go ahead and install it, because my dad would always have to install the games for us, and unfortunately, we had a Windows 96, 98 computer during that time, and we had actually for a really long time after that. It couldn't download it to it. It needed something newer, and it just completely crashed our computer. So the whole entire Christmas day, my dad was working on recovering all the files that our computer had lost during that installation process. So it was actually a terrible Christmas, especially for my dad. So that was kind of the first big, I guess, Christmas present. That was my big Christmas present that year. It was with the NASCAR game. Like, that was the big thing.
Which is really disappointing because you're looking forward to playing the game, and it's like, surprise, you can't even play the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I remember because that had Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the cover, and it had like, the old computer games that had like that little flip box. So you have the normal box, but it kind of like almost like Velcro's on, and you open it up to kind of see, the instructions and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you see, my Christmases are so much more different than everyone else's because my family, my mom can't keep the secrets, and she is the one who buys everything. So ironically, whatever game she's interested in, especially when we were playing games together while I was growing up, she kind of like had the same interest as I. So of course she couldn't shut her mouth even if she did get me it. Like I don't remember being surprised by anything because she would tell me what the gifts were, and usually we would get the video games for my little brother that he wanted. Just because we kind of always picked mine as soon as like that game released, we would just get it. And my little brother was like, "What? Why can't I get my military games?" Because, only he really played the military games. So, of course, I'm over here getting Halo or Elder Scrolls or Cameo or some game that I was interested in, but never him necessarily. So, usually we would use Christmas for, his video game wants and needs or desires. So, I remember getting him video games and packaging them up. I think one of the video games to all of us was this old crashing, like little car crashing game. I'm not sure, can't remember what it was called.
Burnout?
It might have been where you can, it's a
not
game
Wipeout.
where it's like cartoony, and your car can literally, it has like a weapon on it or transforms into a weapon of some sort, and then you can bang it against like other players and destroy their cars, and it was very vulgar. Which, once again, we were.
That sounds a bit like Mario Kart.
No, it was not that. I have to look it up and maybe do like a follow up in the next episode as to what it was called. But it was very vulgar. The players would curse at each other, so I guarantee you it was not Mario Kart. And we were way too young to probably be playing that, but we were already playing like Halo since. Well, I even saw Tomb Raider when I was like 4. I had a Tomb Raider birthday when I was 4 years old, and then I played Halo when I was like maybe around 8. I would assume 8 years old.
Okay.
So, killing games were just kind of like a normal.
Yeah, it was a norm.
Yeah, but besides that, I cannot recall any kind of. We didn't even have nerdy decorations for our Christmas trees. It was weird. It's like that just wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Did you have any nerdy Christmas decorations?
We had like our normal Christmas trees, because we actually have a ton of Christmas trees in our house. We usually have 3 downstairs. One is like a main tree, and it's like, themed with like lighthouses and red and green and I think like white Christmas balls, and then you have like the white lights on it. But then we also had like a gold Christmas tree that had like gold ornaments on it. And then we had like a Snoopy themed one, which I don't really consider Snoopy nerdy, but all 3 of us, I guess you could. If people are like super into, I guess, like the comics or whatever, maybe you can be like, a Peanuts nerd. I don't know. But we actually all had our own Christmas trees, and we all had like our personal ornaments for them. And we still have the ornaments and some of the trees. But I had a couple like Star Wars ornaments on mine. I had like the Naboo fighter from Phantom Menace. I had I think I had some other Star Wars one on there too, but not super nerdy. Unless you consider like Winnie the Pooh and Thomas the Tank Engine and flying like squirrels like nerdy.
Flying squirrels.
Yeah. So they were all like still like really Christmas themed. I think really the only one I can vividly remember is probably the Naboo fighter.
Isn't that so weird though, how our families know, like we all know we're nerds and dorky, and yet we never reached out to getting kind of dorky decorations. I always found that very interesting, because in the stores you could see them, they're for sale, they're just hanging ornaments you can buy, and yet we never had the desire to buy them. We're like, yeah, that's not a toy, that's not cool, we don't want that. I found that interesting.
Well, I will say, I think that the nerdy and like that kind of like culture is definitely more present now. Like it's more mainstream. Mm-hmm. So I feel like when we were probably little, there most likely wasn't as many like selections to choose from as there is now.
Our grocery store. I don't think that would have existed back then. I don't remember.
You can head into Walmart like what we're about to do in a little bit here, and you can get like a BB-8 ornament in there.
Okay, no, wait. We have to tell them what John did.
Well,
should we touch base on that in this episode?
I don't think it would be appropriate for the podcast, but who knows? Maybe we will put a picture up, but without proper context.
Well, I want to tell them at least.
Okay.
Just a few details.
Okay.
So, Calvin got a lovely gift. He ended up getting some, I think it was Rocket League.
Yeah, some Rocket League Hot Wheels, a $20 gift card to Nintendo's eShop. And there was also there were all the different color of Octanes. And there's also a warthog, right?
Yes, it was a Halo Warthog, and it was red.
It was red.
Which I found that really cool, but like, you know me, I like my classic colors, but
Oh, I know,
they
yeah.
were still really cool gifts, and they were very nerdy still, and I thought that would be great to talk about too, and we were too impatient to wait for Christmas. Sorry, John. But then he sends, I'm opening my gift, and I got to have a photoshopped picture.
A poorly photoshopped.
A very poorly photoshopped.
But still convincing enough.
A picture of me. I don't know whose face he used, but it was hilarious. And then I had there's this huge backstory, but basically I didn't think you could even do this in the store, but I got a Target gift card for exactly 15 cents. And it's funny because the story involved mentions a 15-cent gift card. And I didn't know you could do it. And I thought he took a marker to the back of the Target card and did it. But no, he showed me the receipt too in the package. And I was like,
He covered all grounds.
literally proves that there's only 15 cents on this gift card. And you won't understand, but there was also a fly swatter, and
An electric fly swatter.
electric fly swatter. So basically, I had this huge funny gag gift, and I was just bursting out laughing. And I think that if you can't get a nerd what they want, because I mean nowadays nerdy merchandise, especially, I feel like has went up in cost.
It has.
A gag gift to me honestly means so much, and it makes people laugh, and I don't understand why it doesn't happen more. I'm not sure why my family never even bothered with gag gifts, but they are so much fun, and we were bawling as soon as we opened up that package.
It was very funny. Thank you very much, John.
Thanks, John. I loved it.
Just wait till you get your gift.
Yeah, we can't spoil it in case he does listen to this. Do you think he'll listen?
He does.
Oh no, John. Well, I can't give you any details, but it is nerdy, and it's great.
And it's fabulous.
Yes, and I'm putting a lot of care and thought into this, so
You better enjoy it.
Santa wants to make sure you're happy.
So we may or may not post a picture on our Instagram. I don't
feel
know.
like it might be a little inappropriate for our sense of humor, but
Just use your imagination like the best you can. That's all I can really say. It's too much to go into, but it's absolutely ridiculous, and it really made our night, honestly. So I mean, it probably is gonna make more than our night. It's gonna make like our week. So it's very funny. But I guess getting back into the holiday spirit. Yeah, like I guess another memory for me was obviously my PlayStation 2, because this was almost like the follow-up to the NASCAR thing. My parents were done getting us PC games. Like, that was it. After that fiasco, they're like, no, we're just getting them a console. We all thought it was going to be a GameCube, because that was around the time when the GameCube was $99. Mm-hmm. Great deal for that, console. For some reason, they ended up getting us a PlayStation, but they did it in a very secretive way. So when we got our box, it was like kind of like a big box at the end. We opened it up, and it was a box for a ceiling fan. And my parents said that they're going to install the ceiling fan in the family room. So, we were like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then my dad said, why don't you take a look at the motor? Look how big the motor is. So we start digging, and all of a sudden we see this, blue box that says PlayStation 2 on it. And we completely lost it. We were freaking out because up until that point, we just had the Sega Genesis and not, a non-gaming PC that we played games on. And yeah, we absolutely freaked out. And I think the first thing I asked my mom was like, did you get the new NASCAR game for it? And she didn't. But I eventually got, a really good NASCAR game later down the line. I really didn't care anyway. So we ended up getting SpongeBob, A Battle for Bikini Bottom. Or Battle for Bikini Bottom, not A Battle, which actually ends up being one of the best, 3D platformers of all time, and that's absolutely crazy. Games were really weird back then. And then we also got Rocket Power, which, in hindsight, maybe not a great game, but we got a ton of enjoyment out of it, especially like the 2v2, you're trying to do tricks and, outscore each other. There was hoverboards in it, there was robots. Kim, you've never had experience with Rocket Power, correct?
No.
What's wrong with you?
Well, excuse me. You did just sound like a spoiled child. Did you get the game with that? You must have not believed in Santa at that point, huh? You knew it was mommy, daddy.
Yeah, I think at that point we kind of knew. Like the way our parents kind of sold it was that Santa got us some gifts and then my parents got us some.
Oh, that explains it. Never mind then.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I kind of assumed that my parents put the PlayStation inside the fan box, but no, I was extremely thankful. My dad helped me set it up, and I was actually playing the third game we got, which was Jimmy Neutron. I don't know what the title after that was, but that was a pretty decent game too, if I can remember correctly, because you get to make all those different like gadgets and all that. So it was a really awesome Christmas, and that kind of set us up to play these other consoles. So this was kind of like the starter. It was like the gateway drug to playing all the future iterations of the PlayStation line and all that stuff. So it was very awesome. Do you have anything similar to that?
I honestly just cannot recall any. I don't know why my brain's just fried because we're so close to Christmas, but I can tell you that on Christmas we definitely would play games. I mean, that's just how you ended the night. I mean, that's just what you do. You open everything, take a good look, and then right back to the games. And I can tell you right now that I'm not sure if anyone remembers on the Disney website for Pirates of the Caribbean, and then they even had Jimmy Neutron and this weird video game you could play with it on there, and it's this splat or whatever, I can't remember, goo, something weird, but basically you could play as Invader Zim or everyone, and you have these little guns that you would I guess fire at. I don't know, I used to play those games all the time, even Virtual Magic Kingdom, all of that. And I even remember playing Pirates of the Caribbean on Christmas, and they would hold this event, and I was I gotta go on that, I gotta go see it. And they had these, I think it was fireworks or something, or some little snowmen or something decorated down on the island of Tortuga. I might be saying that wrong, but it was great. If you don't play games on Christmas, I don't know what to tell you. It definitely, especially MMOs, have lots of events around this time too. And you can get those special items. And I'm not sure if you've ever played a game like that, Cal. Have you?
I did play Grand Theft Auto on Christmas, and they actually made the entire Grand Theft Auto map snow, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, and I love when games are able to, I guess, do that for you for the different holidays and keep it updated or keep it interesting. It pulls you back in, and I really find it kind of charming because I feel like one day that might end, and it's going to be very sad if it does.
It will be. I do remember, playing Fallout 76 last year, and they were starting to get the Christmas stuff.
Yeah, I love it. That's... Take my money. If they have cash items that you can get a Santa hat, I'm going to be doing that. I even in Final Fantasy, and it's once again XIV, I think it's 14.
Something like that.
Something like that. Hopefully it is. But they have these Christmas trees you could put up in your house, and they also have presents and even little snowman that could go outside. And I, of course, decorated inside. I put banners up, and I also put a Christmas tree in the left side of it's a Limsa property that I have, and it's in the subdivisions, but it popped up in Ward 3, and I was super excited. I was playing on the server ferry, and I was like, oh my god, this is it, I got a house. And the first thing I did, because it's so close to Christmas, is I plopped that Christmas tree down in that left corner. Of course, the rest of my house is pink, but just ignore that, right? And I plopped all the little Christmas presents underneath, and I was like, I'm gonna host a Christmas party. But of course I don't even know if I'm going to have time for that, but I know they're having an event, and they do have special items coming out, I believe.
That's cool.
That you can grab during events that, you're not going to be able to just use your cash and buy, kind of that pay to have everything kind of thing. So
that's good.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Elder Scrolls Online's doing, but I'm sure they're going to have some really majestic things for this time.
That's very cool. Now, I actually have a memory of yours that I'm actually surprised you didn't mention. And you know how you said that your mom, is very bad at spoiling your gifts?
Yes.
So I remember one time when I came over, you guys were playing, I think, you were playing the new Tomb Raider game on an Xbox One Halo 5 edition that I never saw that you had before.
Oh, okay. So basically, for Christmas, we all gathered around, we're opening our gifts, and we get to one that's marked for Devin. And Devin is my older brother. It was marked Devin. And
Was
it was
it?
like, yes,
I thought it was a family
which
gift.
was weird. Exactly. So we were thinking, oh, this is probably gonna be like a box of shoes, or because the new Xbox, it was pretty big. So we weren't expecting to get that. And he opens it up, and me and my little brother look at him with the most like angriest faces. We're like, wow, they get him a new console and we don't get one.
Well, wait a minute, though.
As soon as he opened it, my mom's like, it's for everyone. So it was the weirdest thing. I don't know what went on with the thinking of that, but as soon as he started opening it, like, she knew what was about to go down. So she announced it was for everyone, but it's going to be located in Devin's room. And we were like, okay, fine. Because I think we had a deal with like the PlayStation that we had. So I think Bubby, my little brother, got the PlayStation, but I remember I was so angry because it's the Halo edition. That was the edition I wanted, and I didn't want to share it with anybody. I wanted the new Xbox, but because my older brother wanted it, he got it too, and it was like this sharing thing. But of course, that never, in the end, that never works out because someone's still going to bring it with them. Someone's going to hold on to it, so.
See, I remember that a little bit differently.
What?
So I remember... This was like maybe like 2 weeks before Christmas that you were playing a Halo 5 themed Xbox One.
Yeah, because the thing is once again, I know about all the gifts before they go out. So why my mom decided to mark it for Devin didn't make any sense. We were playing the Tomb Raider game.
There was already profiles and achievements loaded onto the console.
Well, okay, so here, my mom's thinking was they could just jump onto the console and start playing. And I was like,
God.
sure, why not? So, of course, I did get some playtime in there before the actual present was distributed. But I was still shocked it was marked for Devin, because, like, what the heck, man? Like, I wanted that.
I put hours into this.
Yeah, like, I was already playing on there with the Tomb Raider. So, it was... I don't even know how to describe the Christmases we have. It's a contorted mess. But so going into the most recent years, I remember we were having Christmas upstairs, I believe, and on one of the many trees Cal has, because my family believes in having one. Otherwise, it's unlucky and it's just unnatural. I don't know why. Anyway, under Calvin's many different trees that he has, I was unwrapping a beautiful gift of Fallout gear, and it was basically, I've never seen anything like it. It was this Fallout, I guess 76 or 4, Fallout 4 inspired.
Yeah, Fallout 4.
That's what it was, and it was a purse, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I don't have any apparel inspired things like that, and especially not a bag. So I was super excited, and he's like, open it up, because of course I'm ready. Give me that next present to unwrap. Like, I don't do a lot of investigation work. So he's like, open it up, and I was like, okay, why is he saying that? Like, I know it's stuffed, that's how it makes it look poofy. Well, I opened it up, and I found, I think it was a bobblehead.
I think like 3 bobbleheads.
Coins. It was bottle caps from inside the game. I was ecstatic.
Yeah, because there was a Fallout, change purse in there. And I filled it with bottle caps that I got from Etsy.
Yes, it was. They look like in game. It was really cool, and I was just blown away. I mean, we were Fallout ready. We had the Pip-Boys.
Yeah, the Pip-Boys was a gift that I kind of spoiled to Kim just so she knew that hey, don't let anyone else buy you this because I pre-ordered it like right away.
Yeah, see. Christmas has never been like super surprising because we all were here, hey, don't buy this because when everyone starts to work and make their own money, like, you don't know what they're gonna get themselves, or how impatient they're gonna, I want it and I want it now, and you throw your money at it, like, I can't blame anyone for being that way, especially when I'm that way. But it was really fun to open it up and see. I think I got that onesie that year, didn't I?
You did, yeah, because I also got Kim like a Vault 101 onesie. Pretty sure it's 101 or no 111.
Yes,
It's
it was the
111.
111 vault. Yes, it was. I'm very little. I'm like 5 feet tall.
Yep.
And I put it on, and I'm not even sure if you could tell it was a vault thing in the back because it was all wrinkly because I'm so little. So I look like a little pillow.
It was cool.
Just walking out, and I'm like, this is it. You know, it was recreate the scene with A Christmas Story in the bunny suit, but make it 10 times more wrinkly because it's so big, and then make it a Vault 111 suit. And that was me, except for I was excited and happy.
Now, I remember that because the TV I use for gaming, you got me that year, which was awesome. And then you also got me my PlayStation headset that year, which I also still use to this day. It's my favorite headset that I have. And then I think you also ended up getting me a Nuka-Cola that year. The Nuka-Cola Quantum that I think it's the Jones Soda Company. If I might be wrong on that. That sounds right. Jones Soda Company.
And?
It's still filled.
And? So underneath that Nuka-Cola bottle is like this light. And I didn't get him that for it, but it lights it up too. That makes it
That's
really
right,
cool.
yeah. And if you go on the Instagram, like I have a picture of all the Fallout stuff. Even the bobbleheads that I have posted on there, those were a gift from last year.
The bobbleheads is what I was gonna say. It was the collection by Beth. It was sold on Bethesda or whatever, and it was the whole collection of them. I'm not sure if it's all of them. I think it's just a certain amount.
Yeah, it's a certain amount. They look freaking awesome though.
And none of them were damaged. Besides maybe this one guy that when we took it out, I think his wrench fell. I think that was that.
Oh, so what happened was, and this actually happened after I put them all up. I dropped one of the bobbleheads and he lost his screwdriver, so I have to find that still.
Yeah, so to be continued on that bobblehead, but they were very good quality compared to the other ones that you can get, in my opinion. The paint was nice on them. They didn't look too, like they had too many defects or anything to it. And I'm just a nerd for the details. I'm like, why is this like this? And I remember I had wrapped it and I was like, oh no. Because how are you going to hide the fact that you got bobbleheads when he feels the gift and feels faces? How can you hide that? Like, what other game has bobbleheads in it? So I remember him trying to guess that gift when it was under the tree. He was like, this is weird. But ironically, he couldn't guess it. It was hilarious. I just could not stop laughing. My cheeks were burning. But that was like a Fallout-inspired Christmas.
It was. Well, yeah, because last year was kind of almost like part 2 to that, because I got you the Fallout cookbook, which I thought was pretty cool. Yes. So we kind of had some Fallout themed stuff that year, and then I think the year before last year you got me the Sphero R2D2, which was awesome. It was interacting with the BB-8 that you got me for our anniversary one year, which was really cool. So yeah, we've had a ton of awesome Christmases together. And I guess going back to some other Christmases that I had that I can remember. Obviously getting my Nintendo DS one year, that was like the only gift I wanted. I asked for it for months and months and months, and I ended up getting it. I had Nintendogs for it, so me and Emmy were all three of us got one, but me and Emmy were playing like Nintendogs through the Christmas break, and it was super fun. The following year, we got, I think, Animal Crossing Wild World, which was the DS version of Animal Crossing. So I kind of associate that game with like Christmas time. So, and I thought it was really cool because years down the line, in 2014, I gave you my original 3DS to play. And I remember we went to the mall one weekend and we picked you up Animal Crossing Wild World. This is right as like the Christmas season is starting, and the shops are insane. That mall was jammed. I've never seen it as crowded as it was that day. It was incredibly ridiculous. But I remember we walked out of there with Animal Crossing Wild World. I had to drive back home to Greensboro that night, and I remember we were playing like the online. And it was so much fun because, we were playing like super late. I think, we would have like the Skype running in the background, maybe Google Hangouts or whatever. And I remember, we're in the middle of fishing, and then your character just stops moving. I look over, and you're just like completely out. You're just sleeping.
That sounds like me.
But it was a ton of fun. That was very entertaining.
But it was great. Too much milk, right? Anyway, milk and cookies. I'm ready for bed. I can fall asleep almost anywhere. It's terrible, but Christmas, it's not like every Christmas I've been able to get nerdy gifts or anything like that. And for those Christmases, some years I did just get socks. No one can, everyone can only afford so much when Christmas comes around. Christmas
comes around. You can only get certain socks.
So during some Christmases, we would watch, just a Christmas movie together, The Grinch, or we would have these weird invention ideas out of these movies. Like in The Grinch, the live action one, when that came out, there's like this cannon that shoots Christmas lights onto like the houses. And we were like, man, we need one of those in our video games. Like someone needs to put that in there as one of the Christmas items.
There you go.
We've had rough Christmases, and being able to play video games and enjoy them with your family, like let's play something scary, or let's play something like that's snowy in it, like any kind of like Star Wars games you could play with. I know it's really
Star Wars
dorky.
Battlefront Hoth.
Listen, if there's snow in it, it counts. So, we'd play Star Wars with the Hoth, levels, which is something we did. And then we also, like for me, because I love the Elder Scrolls, I would go and I would explore like the snowy regions. Now in Morrowind, more specifically, see, this is because I have nothing better to do apparently when I was younger and it was Christmas time. I went on Morrowind. If you swim over to like this island, I forget what it's called. I think it's like Farthgo. It's not Fargo, y'all.
It's Fargo, North Dakota, y'all.
But it's an island off of Morrowind that you can go to, and it's all snowy, and it's where you could see bears, and you could see, like, wolves and stuff, and I was like, it was awesome. We would literally spend, like, probably like an hour swimming in the sea just to get to it.
God.
Because I didn't want to pay the 20 gold it cost to ride a boat over there. So I would just swim, and when we got there I'd save it so that if I died I was already there.
You had to go all the way back. Damn it. Stupid mud crab.
But I didn't know you could get the werewolf curse in the first time I got it. I think it was over there. I was freaking out. I was like, not anymore. No more Christmases here.
Good thing I just saved it and now I'm stuck with it.
It was crazy. But I would enjoy games that had snow in it. Worst case scenario, that's what I would do, and it was always just magical. It made Christmas a little bit more fairy tale-like, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Did you ever play like any certain games or anything?
I played a lot of Star Wars Battlefront during that time, which had snow in it.
See, this is like a well-known thing. This is what we do, y'all.
Yeah, and I also kind of associate Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2 with like kind of like the fall / Christmassy season, because we got the original Battlefront for TJ's birthday, which was in October. And then, that was the same year that Battlefront 2 came out. So it was like, all right, Dakota bought the game. Dakota's a friend of the show. You guys have heard us reference him before. And he came over with Battlefront 2. So me, Dakota, and TJ were upstairs playing Battlefront 2 for hours on end. I mean, we were just playing the crap out of that game. I think he came over at like 1, and we played until, I don't know, like 8 p.m., which was a lot for back then. I mean, we didn't, play games to like the extreme, all the time. But we would just keep like, rotating the controllers. And, I kind of associate like, the Hoth maps and stuff with Christmas. The new Battlefront game, I remember I got that actually the same year from TJ, the same year that you got me the TV. So I remember, playing that opening sequence of the, new DICE Battlefront on the nice big TV with the snow level, because you're playing on that, loading screen essentially, but it's, Hoth is like Darth Vader or Palpatine. So I kind of associate that with, with Christmas time.
Me and my little brother would even pop in Halo if we wanted to play a shooter game instead, and we played like the snow level on there, because there are some snow levels, I believe, on the very first Halo game that you can kind of traverse to, and you could select, you could do level select, so of course we would go through there and we'd be like, ooh, just be acting and whatnot, and it was just a lot of fun to enjoy and be able to play. So
Yeah, that was actually one of the things I really loved about Animal Crossing Wild World, and even the newer Animal Crossing too, is that around the Christmas time the snow is just so like fluffy in that game, and it's really cool. I mean, they kind of ease into the holiday season as well. They have their own events and everything for the day, and it's when it goes to fall to winter and you start getting like the snow. I don't know, it kind of builds like hype for the Christmas season. So. It's really, I really associate that with the Christmas holiday too, which is really cool.
And just real quick side note, if you watch Harry Potter, because there is a Christmas, there is a holiday festivity, whatever scene, there's Christmas scenes basically with some snow. That's okay in my book. I'm not sure about Cal's book, but that's okay in my book because I still would watch Harry Potter on some of my Christmases. I'm not gonna argue that. I like Harry Potter. It's just magical, okay? So anyway, moving on. Okay, it was wonderful. Oh gosh, I think I just forgot what I was gonna say. Besides Harry Potter.
Uh-oh.
My brain's like going to like a dead end. Oh, for some reason in Animal Crossing, because when I had first gotten Animal Crossing, thank you, Cal.
Yes.
And I was like, "Ooh, I'm so excited for Christmas!" But the more and more I was like pressured to get everyone in the village gifts, the more angry I got. I'm like, "Can't a beetle be enough?" You know how hard it took me? I took forever to catch this specific beetle for you. I wanted the pretty one for you, and it was. I don't like beetles. Well, you know what? Well, get out of my town. Yeah. Yeah, and then the ones I liked would leave my town. It was very upsetting.
I vividly remember on the same day that we got Animal Crossing, I also got Kim this stuffed kangaroo that we have coined with a Joey, and we coined its name as Kangi. So, she had a kangaroo in her town, and I remember I got a call very late at night one night of a very hysterical Kim. And I was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong?" And she's like, "The kangaroo in my village is moving out of the town and I can't stop him."
Oh my God, no, you went back in. Okay, I didn't even know you could have a kangaroo in Animal Crossing with a Joey in its pouch. And the thing about my kangaroo is she was a girl. She had really pretty eyelashes, so I wanted my kangaroo stuffed animal to be a girl. And I wanted the little Joey to be the little boy. And I was like, "Oh, yay." And then I got Animal Crossing. I was like, "This is really cute," right? And in came in a kangaroo, and it was named Kangi. I'm not even kidding, y'all. I didn't have to rename it or do some weird modding stuff. No, it was just fate, okay? And Kangi moved into my village, and she, a little weird, set up roots still in my village, and I loved her to death. I did everything I could for her, and no one else. I'm sure everyone else was mad at me, but I did everything for Kangi. And one day, I woke up, and yes, I did freak out because she just decided to move out. She was so upset with me, and I was in tears. I'm not even kidding. That meant everything to me. And you know where Kangi decided to move? Go ahead.
To a superior town.
No, it was not superior. What was your village name?
It was I can't remember. I can't remember how to.
Kauai Town, I believe. Kauai Town.
I think mine was Kahona or Kahoa or what. I forget what it is. It was the Naruto main town name.
Yeah. Left my Kauai village to go to his Naruto land.
It was a great city, and the mayor was amazing.
No, the moments we realized, Cal was trying to calm me down. He's like, it might move back, and I'm like trying to Google these facts to make sure what he's saying isn't just comfort food for me. And he turns on his and logs in, and it's like, "Congratulations, someone new in town's moved in." And Cal's like, "Hey, someone new's coming in," and sure enough, Kangi.
Kangas Kong.
Now known as Kangas Kong, after Cal renamed it. I don't know when he did that, but basically he nicknamed it Kangas Kong. Is gone. Moved into his village and just was so happy there. And I even get like this letter from Kangi or something saying how happy she is over there. I've never been madder in my life. Never.
Dear Kim Kim, your town sucked.
Talk about the worst Christmas I could ever have. Worst Christmas. I was so happy, and then I was just destroyed.
Her day was ruined, and her disappointment was immeasurable.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so, so Kim, is there anything that you had on your Christmas wish list, game wise, or really didn't have time to think of anything this year?
You know, that Sekiro game, the Japanese,
Sekiro.
thank you, was definitely something I wanted to try out. You know, I really liked the twist on it. It was a Dark Souls kind of game, but it was Japanese. You know, it was like this Japanese inspired
game. Yeah.
Yes, and I was like, you know, that would be pretty cool to play. Of course, the new Star Wars game with the main character being named Cal, which was your name, which is ironic, but I was really looking forward to that. I mean, and the new Pokemon. I was about to say Powerpuff Girls. That's nowhere near it. I was like, yeah, sure. I would still buy that if it came out.
Game Freak's Powerpuff Girls.
I would so get behind it. So those games I was really interested in. I can't even think of the rest. You know, there's so many games I've been trying to hold out on just so that I can enjoy, you know, playing what we've been playing recently and trying to catch up on some of the old nostalgic Xbox games as well. Mm-hmm. There's a huge list of things that I want, and I think everyone can agree it doesn't end. You know, we just keep adding to it.
Yeah.
What about you, Cal?
I haven't really been thinking about. Okay, someone in the parking lot has a train whistle. I hope you guys could have heard that, 'cause that was great. Only Walmart people. Wow, that really took my train of thought and just went.
Is it possible to have a train whistle as your vehicle is?
Yeah.
Or is there a legit train somewhere around here?
No, that was totally his car. That was totally his truck.
Can you edit in a train whistle?
I probably can. They won't know a difference.
Okay.
It's going to be like a perfect unfiltered train whistle.
I just do that in case they can't hear it.
What were we even talking about now?
Your Christmas wish list. What would you want?
Okay, so I haven't really been thinking about games too much because I'm so hooked on Death Stranding and just, you know, what we already have. Obviously, I'd love the Star Wars game because, you know, I'm a big Star Wars fan. But honestly, I'm at the point right now where it's like, you know, anything I get is going to have to wait until I'm done Death Stranding, because that is something that I want to complete and I want to fully enjoy the game before moving on. So not really a ton. You know, there was some audio equipment that I was kind of interested in. That, you know, is going to wait a little while because it's not really necessary right now. But yeah. So I mean, there's not really a ton of games that I'm looking forward to. Or at least that I was, you know, had on my Christmas wish list.
Just be honest. Tell him what you want, because I know what you want too. He really wants that BB that's available.
Oh, I do want the Bridge baby statue because it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, I can guarantee you though, I don't have that.
It's okay.
And you're stalking, my friend.
Do you have any guess as to what I got you, just so we can put it on the record and then we can reveal it after Christmas, which is going to be, I'm thinking, a Game of the Year edition of our podcast. So we'll all get to pick a game that we think deserves Game of the Year. So we can kind of catch up on what we got for Christmas and stuff during that episode. So do you have any predictions? You can only have one, and I can't answer it, as to what I got you this year.
Hopefully those really, really good tasting snowballs from the store that I eat while I play games.
Okay. Okay. You may have just got that. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny. I honestly don't even know what to think that you got me. I really don't know. I think you got me the new Star Wars game.
Let me just give you guys some backstory as to how many guesses he's already... he can only pick... Okay, listen, wait a minute. Okay, I was really distraught. I had checked... You know when, like, you get a notification from, like, your bank or your credit card? It's like, hey, there's been some really weird activity going on. You might want to check it out, maybe dispute it. And so I was like, oh, oh no. I go on my account and I'm like, oh my God, Minnesota? I've never even been in Minnesota. I was like, someone has my card. And it was about $30. Okay? And I'm freaking out. I mean, I'm telling my mama, anyone under the sun who will listen to me, I got to dispute this. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, it's right around the holiday season. So I'm freaking out. And I go blab it to Cal over here. And then I remember, oh no. That's definitely his gift I ordered online. It just says from Minnesota because I guess it's coming from there. But I basically just spoiled the $30. And I had to tell him that I'm not disputing it because if he sees me using my bank card or whatever, then yeah, sure, he's going to know I'm not disputing it. And what are you doing? And then, you know, you need to go do that. And so I had to tell him that specific amount was for his gift. So now he's limited to the $30 range and from Target. So go ahead, Cal, take your guess.
I think that it is a really nice pair of socks.
If there's ever $30 socks in this world, let me know, because they must be made out of the best quality. They must be intertwined, just like out of Death Stranding with someone's blood, or they don't exist and they're not worth it, or they're cheap and they're trying to make a profit from it. I don't know. That's just not worth it in my opinion.
I'm willing to bet that there are socks more expensive than $30.
You know, I bet you're right.
There is like, you know, HDMI cables that are like $10,000.
Okay, well, is your best guess socks then?
Yes, and side note, what's a mini soda? I want one.
You know what a mini soda is. What do you...
It's a mini can. But yeah, I mean, that's I really don't have a really good guess for it. Like I said, I'm completely. I was telling you earlier, I'm completely blindsided by Christmas this year. It's come so quick and so fast that I haven't even had a chance to really mentally prepare for it.
Yeah, and the same here. And I'm usually really good at guessing my gifts. I usually know what people get me, and I don't know how. I kind of just assume, like I just know. And then sure enough, I open it up, I'm like, ha, I'm a genius. And then I cry because I want to be surprised by something. But this year, I can't think. My brain cannot process anything for some reason right now.
Yeah, and we're trying to be a little bit, you know, more financially conscious this year too. So we're trying to keep the budget, you know, a little low. And I think we've done really good. You know, I think we've picked out some really cool stuff. You know, we've pretty much picked out stuff for everybody at this point, which is good because, you know, late minute shopping is always, you know, or last minute shopping is really tough to do, especially around, you know, this area because traffic's crazy. People are driving like maniacs. There's just a whole bunch of people in the stores. It's really wild. People are just very aggressive wherever we go.
Yeah, the last minute stocking stuffing, you know, and I can't really blame anyone else. You know, it's not their fault either that they're having to run up to the store and everyone's doing it, you know, and all I could say is I hope everyone stays safe and hopefully nothing, you know, tragedies or anything happen during this time. Those are very hard, you know, especially around the end of the year, you know, just about to enter 2020. And I'm really hoping everyone could stay safe and remember that go slow, be careful, and just be conscious about where you are right now and don't get hurt because so many people rush things, they speed up, you know, even in the store, I almost got hit by an old woman and I was somewhat offended. So watch out because I don't know what's in everyone's stockings or whatever they're sipping. The eggnog is intense around this time, so just be careful.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is a PSA. If you or a loved one witnessed holiday aggressiveness, please dial 1-800-HOLIDAY. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got. You know, we'll definitely check in with you guys after the holiday season, or not really after the holiday season, right before New Year's, because we want to get our Game of the Year, you know, decision in by then, so we'll have that up there. But I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, or like I said, whatever holiday you celebrate, and we will catch you guys in the next episode.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye-bye now.